Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to UK Endz Unfiltered, the place where we keep it raw, real and realer. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is where we unpack the streets, the culture and the mindset behind it all. Today's topic is mad important. We're talking about role models or road models. Who's really guiding the youth out there? Who's influencing them and what kind of impact does that have? Is it the positive mentors or is it the road figures that get the most attention? This one's for anyone who's ever wondered who's really shaping the young ones in the ends. I've got my man G with me today, a real one from the streets, someone who's seen both sides of the game. Big up yourself, G. Welcome to the show.
Respect, Jay. Bless up for having me on. Yeah, this topic hits deep. It's all connected. Who you look up to, what you believe in, and where you end up.
Right, let's start simple, yeah? What do you see as the core difference between a role model and a road model?
A role model for me is someone who leads by example. Someone you can genuinely trust to show you the right path, even when it's proper tough, you know? They walk the talk. A road model, though, that's more about the flash, the quick come up, the street cred, the fast life. They might look cool from the outside with their expensive clothes, the cars, the perceived status. But deep down, that ain't always real respect or true wisdom, is it?
Yeah, that fake flex can be seriously dangerous, especially for a young man still trying to figure things out in life.
Exactly, Jay. That's the real trap, isn't it? When you're young, maybe a bit lost, you're naturally looking for guidance, for something to cling to. But it's so easy to get completely caught up in the hype, in what looks like the quickest way to get ahead. Road models, they offer that instant gratification, that illusion of success without the grind. It's the shiny cars, the designer gear, the big chains. It looks like they've made it, right? But what people don't always see, especially the youth, are the proper risks that come with that life.
Yeah, it's like a mirage in it, all the flash and none of the substance. They see the surface level, but not the deep end.
Spot on. It's the illusion of respect, the illusion of power. They're selling a dream, but they're not showing you the nightmares that come with it. We're talking violence, potential jail time, losing your freedom, the betrayal from those you thought were your boys. It's all part of that package they don't advertise. A role model, though, they show you how to build something real and lasting, something that doesn't just evaporate when the spotlight roves or when the pressure gets too much. That's the key difference when you peel back the layers.
So it's about seeing beyond the immediate shine then, because that fast life looks appealing on the surface, no doubt. But you're saying the true cost, the real price, is often hidden until it's too late.
Precisely. It's a very attractive mirage when you're young and you don't know any better, or when you feel like you've got no other options. It's like, look, this person's got everything and they did it quick. But what they're not showing is the constant looking over your shoulder, the fear, the isolation, even when you're surrounded by people. That ain't real wealth, man. That's a burden.
But it's not just the appeal of the fast life itself, is it? It feels like the media, especially social platforms, they just blow up these road models even more. They make them look like superstars.
Facts, Jay, straight facts. Social media is a massive part of it. Road models, they get clout, views, followers, all that. They're loud, visible, and they sell a lifestyle that seems instantly attractive. It's all about the fast money, the endless parties, the perceived respect on the streets. Young people see that instant gratification, that immediate recognition, and they think, rah, that's what I need to be.
Yeah, it's all about the aesthetics, innit? The flash, the designer gear, the stack of notes and the videos. It's a curated image, a highlight reel, but it's presented as the whole truth.
Exactly. They curate it perfectly. You see the expensive clothes, the latest whips, the big jewellery, the constant trips. It's all designed to look like they're living the dream. But that respect they get, that online clout, is fragile, man. It's built on smoke and mirrors. The true cost of that life, the sleepless nights, the looking over your shoulder, the constant pressure to maintain that image, the violence, the short shelf life, none of that gets posted. You just see the surface.
So How do young people, especially when they're scrolling through their feeds, start to spot who's real and who's just putting on a show for the gram or for TikTok? How do they see past the filter?
It's tough, fam, really tough. But it comes down to critical thinking. Don't just look at the words or the flash, look at the actions. Does this person genuinely help their community? Do they show consistency in their character? Or is it just one image today and another tomorrow? Are they building up others, or are they just building up themselves by breaking rules or breaking people? A true role model invests in others, invests in their community, leaves a positive legacy. A road model often takes more than it gives, even if it looks like they're giving you a glimpse into a better life.
Yeah, it's about what they leave behind, not just what they flash in a moment, what they flex with, because that flash can burn out quick, or worse, it can burn you.
Exactly. But here's the challenge, Jay. Sometimes the road model is more accessible, more visible in the ends. They're everywhere, on your phone, in your face. Role models can be quieter, less flashy, and harder to spot. You got to seek them out.
I feel that, man. It's like the quiet strength versus the loud noise. So, if we're talking about influences and what's massive right now, what's the role of music in all this? I'm talking grime, drill, the tunes that really resonate with the youth. They're massive now, aren't they?
Music is a beast, bro. Influencers can be powerful, for better or worse, and music is one of the biggest influences out there, especially grime and drill. They shape how young people see the world, how they talk, how they move. It's the soundtrack to the ends. Some artists, they speak their truth. They talk about the real struggle, the real pain, the injustice, and sometimes even the hope of getting out. That can be powerful, relatable. But then you got others who just glamorise the road life without showing the full picture, without showing the consequences.
Yeah, sometimes the lyrics can feel like a direct narrative, like a soundtrack to the street, and it's raw, it's authentic in its own way. But what's the real message behind it all? Is it just reflecting what's happening, or is it pushing an agenda?
It depends on who you listen to and how you listen. The real role models in music, they tell their truth, the good, the bad, and the real brutal consequences. They use their art to paint a picture of their reality, and sometimes that picture helps others avoid the same pitfalls. But then some use it just to boost their status or sales. They highlight the flash, the violence, the quick money, but they leave out the heartache, the loss, the time spent behind bars, or even worse. Young people need to learn to listen critically, man. Appreciate the art form, but always question the message. Ask yourself, is this artist building up or breaking down?
So we've talked about music and influencers, and now you got to be smart about what you consume. But outside of all the noise, outside of the media, what about mentors, proper mentors? How important are they in the mix when we're talking about shaping young minds in the end?
Man, mentors are absolutely key. They're like the silent architects of a young person's future, often behind the scenes. See, an influencer might show you the flash, the lifestyle. A musician might tell you a story, but a mentor, they provide direct guidance, real support, and a completely different perspective, usually one that's been forged through their own struggles and successes. They've walked through challenges already. They've seen the pitfalls, they've made the mistakes, or they've learned from others' mistakes. And that lived experience is gold, Jay. They can help steer youth away from those same traps, away from the quicksand of the road. It's not about the instant gratification, it's about building something lasting. A mentor isn't just about showing you what to do, but also what not to do and how to think critically for yourself. They invest their time and wisdom in you without expecting anything back but your growth. That's a real blessing in the ends, where genuine guidance can be scarce.
Yeah, that's powerful, G. So it's about that direct personal connection, someone who's genuinely got your back and can offer that experienced eye. It's not just talking the talk, it's walking it with you, or at least showing you the path they walked. So we've talked about how important mentors are, but a big question is, are these mentors, these genuine guiding lights, easy to find in the ends? Because sometimes it feels like they're hidden, you know?
Not always, man. That's a real challenge. Sometimes the positive figures, the mentors, they're definitely there, but they're hidden or not known to the youth who need them most. They're not always on Instagram or making big noise. And sometimes the youth themselves, they're so caught up in the immediate, in the hype, that they don't even realize someone genuine is trying to help, trying to reach out. It's a disconnect.
That's a deep point, G. So if a young person out there right now is listening and they're feeling a bit lost, looking for someone to look up to, what would you say to them? How do they find that real role model?
I'd say first look around proper close. Sometimes your strongest role model is closer than you think, right in front of your eyes. It could be a family member, an auntie, an uncle, a grandparent who's always held it down. It could be a teacher who goes that extra mile, a coach who sees potential in you, or even a friend who's making consistently positive moves, someone who's grafting and building quietly. Don't just chase the loudest voice or the flashiest image. Real role models often move with purpose, not just for show. Pay attention to people's actions, their character, how they treat others, not just what they say or what they own.
That's solid advice, man. Don't just chase the loudest voice. I hear that. Now, stepping back a bit, for the parents and the community as a whole, how can we help create more of these positive role models? How do we cultivate an environment where they flourish and are more visible?
That's where the real work is, Jay. It comes down to collective responsibility. And it starts with us, the adults, the older generation, the community leaders. We got to step up ourselves, be those consistent examples of what's possible, of integrity, of hard graft and resilience. Live it. Don't just preach it. And it's about providing real opportunities for the youth. Not just talking about it, but actively supporting them through education, whether that's traditional school or vocational training. Get them into sports programs, creative arts, skills training that can open doors. Give them a path. Give them something constructive to put their energy into. Because when you invest in their potential, you're nurturing the next generation of role models. It truly takes a village, you know? Everyone playing their part, looking out for the youngers, guiding them right. Definitely. Before we close, G, what's one message you really want the listeners, especially the youngers out there, to take away from this conversation? My message is simple but crucial. Choose your role models wisely, man. Don't ever get caught up in just the flash and the hype, the things that look good on the surface but don't hold any real weight. That quick money, the temporary street cred, it's a mirage, fam. It fades and often leaves a lot of damage in its wake. Instead, look deeper. Look for people who truly build up, not just themselves, but their families, their communities, everyone around them. People who show consistency, who walk their talk, day in and day out, even when no one's watching. Look for those who keep it real in every sense, who are authentic, who aren't just putting on a show. Most importantly, look for people who genuinely care about the future, their own future, and the future of those coming up behind them. Those are the ones who invest in growth, in positive change, in passing on real wisdom, not just fleeting trends. Their respect is earned and it lasts. Choose your role models wisely. Don't get caught up in the flash and hype. Look for people who build up, who keep it real, and who care about the future.
Big up, G. And to everyone listening, think about who's shaping your mindset. Is it a road model or a role model? Make your choices count.
Respect, stay safe, stay focused, and keep pushing.
That's a wrap for this episode of UK Endz Unfiltered. If you vibe with this, drop a comment and share your thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, peace.